to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor, and we're going to do the review for NXT for 6-4. And I gotta say, they start off with Ava and Mr. Stone and some security staff. And it seems that they're waiting on the arrival of something that has never been done. Not this way exactly. And that is WWE not owning a company and not only mentioning their name, but crossing talent. Kind of surprising. The NXT NXT NA, I believe. Someone has on their jacket a little later, but yeah, Ethan Page shows up, and he is going to be the number one free agent signing, and he does really good on the stick. He's good in the ring. I think a all-star pickup. They can definitely do something with him as long as they don't put him on the back burner and they let him go on, and be himself a little bit there. But yeah, so they start off with the recap, and then Ethan Page coming out, trying to get things worked out. Ava tells Mr. Stone, hey, stay close. Like little Mr. Stone there. But yeah, they do a little recap of the show like they do every week. They have their sexy red recap and everything. But here is my surprise of the night that I really, really enjoyed. And that is to see Jordynne Grace, an actual bodybuilder turned wrestler. And I mean a stout young lady, come out and make her debut with the TNA belt. That is what was so surprising to me, was the TNA belt. So we know the state of TNA now. And this is a cross-promotion deal. Hey, TNA is going to get Roxanne Perez on a match too. So it is a Ethan Page signs with with WWE in NXT, and Jordynne Grace makes her debut against Stevie Turner. Yeah, not so bad of a debut, and it ends up being a good match. Now Roxanne's going to come out and do a little commentary with Booker T, her trainer, sit out at ringside, But Jordynne Grace looks great, comes in the ring. I mean, when I see her in this ring, it almost reminds me of the first time I got to see, the British Bulldog, the first time I saw him live. Because you see him on TV, he looks stout. And when you see him in person, you're like, wow, he really is a stout. He's not a tall guy, but he's just a fire plug. The first time I'd say the second time I saw Chris Benoit live. The second time he had juiced up and was just, a fire plug. His moves were so crisp and so violent. And Jordynne Grace, man, Stevie Turner does good as far as, selling, getting Jordynne over. And Jordynne really does good in this match herself as a debut. But man, the look, the presence, she's good on the stick, man, everything. And to tell you the truth, Roxanne did very well in this too. The arrogant champ comes out, betrayed by her own company, she feels like, by Ava. And Stevie Turner's in the middle of this and gets her butt tore up. She, gets a couple minutes there, but from the headlock takeover, to where Stevie Turner slaps Jordynne Grace, and the way Jordynne Grace responds with a series of moves, flips over in the turnbuckle on each end and then delivers a monster slap herself. Just a good debut. Could not be, prouder of the way they pulled this off. It looked fantastic. Of course, Jordynne Grace is going to get the win. That's for sure. But it's the way she does it. Looks very good with, I believe, I can't remember the exact name, Juggernaut Driver, I believe, was the finishing move. But Roxanne gets into the ring after the match. And there's a little trash talking, and it's pulled off very well. Of course, Jordynne Grace is going to pick her up and put her on her shoulders, and like she's going to deliver a move to her, and Roxanne feverishly escapes, squimmers away, and looks distraught and looks disheveled, and she pulled it off. Looked pretty good. So hey, what can you say wrong about it? I love the debut. And as I got to say, as far as on this roster, Ethan Page may be heads and shoulders above Trick. I mean, the move when he debuted, when he drops the line, whoop that trick, I'm about to whoop that trick, epic. Very good. Very, very good. All right, and then from then you've got some Trick and Lash out in the parking lot. Trick just happens to be walking up, and Lash and her homegirl are kind of hanging out, and she stops Trick and kind of wants to make sure that about their situation, whatever it may be, and pretty much ends it. Says that, hey, whatever this was, it's over, because she's, going to put all of her time into this ladies' North American Championship coming up in Las Vegas at Battleground. And Trick does the old cowboy kind of move there. I think I've seen this on an old Western where the girl says, you're too much of a wanderer, and that I can't do this. And he goes, well, go on, girl. And that's kind of the way they promote this off. So, but they leave the door open for a reunion later on down the road. Okay, after that, you've got Shawn Spears delivering a class to some of the rookies, including Mr. Evans, young OG. And Josh Briggs comes out. He's not real happy. They about have some words about come to blows. Mr. Evans steps in, saves the day. But will this come back later? We will have to see. And after this, you've got Booker T out there with all 6 of the ladies that are going to be competing for this new North American women's title. And so they're going to give them a chance. All of them get a chance to be on the mic. You got Michin, which is great on the mic. Jada Parker, which is getting really good. Kiana Jordynne. Okay. Fallon, very good. Lash, very good. And Sol Ruka, yet to be determined. But they all get a chance to spin the wheel and get a few minutes of airtime and give everybody a reason why they are going to be the first North American title holder in the ladies division. And they do pretty good. They do pretty good. But you know how this has got to end. You got to have a melee. You got to have a big brouhaha. And they do. And that evolves into a 6-person tag. 3-on-3 for the ladies division to showcase the talent coming up in this match. And then from there, one of the strangest interviews I've seen, or promo times that I've seen, and it's Charlie Dempsey. And he's looking in the mirror, and he's despite or play acting, I guess you could say. Robert De Niro, you talking to me from the taxi? It's different. You've got all a no quarter catch crew there. Bourne comes up and doing his young Randy Orton imitation, and and then Kemp comes up, and they're all kind of play it off, I guess. Okay, kind of comical, but still Dempsey never breaks character really. So not a bad little spot there. And then from there you've got Thea Hale and Chase U, and there seems to be a little dissension. You've got Riley and Duke Hudson. They're kind of saying they're not going to go out with the if Ridge is going out. So you've got Andre and Ridge going out with Thea for this upcoming match. A little kink in the armor, a little something going on there, a little building. Maybe we'll see. All right, so you've got Thea going against Jasmine Nix, JC Jane's friend. And she's in for a little revenge from getting pinned or getting submitted before. So, this particular match, Jasmine doesn't look bad. She just hasn't had the ring time, I believe, that Thea has. And in this match, there's a couple times like where Jasmine goes to, at one particular time, was when Jasmine goes to slam Thea's head into the mat. And she's actually going to pick her up, but Thea thinks that she's going to slam her head. So Thea goes ahead and slams her own head into the mat, where you can obviously tell that there was going to be another move, a miscommunication there. And a little overselling in this, but they got to have an angle. You got to have something come up. So in through the crowd comes Riley and Duke. And they kind of hang out on the side, and Thea spots them, and everybody spots them, and there's a little distraction, and the next thing you know, the best move that Jasmine does is a Pele kick, which provides her a win, and gets out of there, and everybody looks confused. So okay, I guess for a second match, I guess. And then they do a little spot for this WWE Speed, the new show they got. So haven't really checked it out yet. Gotta check that out and see what's going on. I mean, if they're getting some people like Ricochet and some other people a chance to get some more time, I have no problem. And then they're doing more promos. You've got Ethan Page and Ava and Mr. Stone, and of course they're trying to get all the clauses, the extra things that Ethan Page supposedly wants in his contract. And then they do have an interesting little spot where they've got the champs, the tag champs, Nathan, Frazier, and Axiom, out signing autographs with like 3 people in a merchandising trailer that for some reason is on the edge of a parking lot. But anyway, the OC, the Good Brothers, come out and whip their butt, and they get thrown out of the building for the night, but it is what it is on that one. It was definitely not a Tupelo concessions brawl. All right, So you're going to have Josh Briggs going up against Shawn Spears. A little payback for the disruption of his sermon earlier. And no, we're not going to have that match because Shawn Spears, the chairman of the board, lays the smacketh downeth on Josh before the match. So, who's going to come out? Well, OG, the young OG. Ethan Page's new nemesis. And it's Javon Evans comes out, and they fight all the way to the ring. And then out of the ring. And then on top of the desk, and then there's his version, Javon's version of an RKO off the top rope. The young OG flying high. Looks good doing it. They did a good job of keeping this kid under wraps for a little while because he has come on and taken NXT by storm. And then after that, we got a Sexy Red promo. Yep. Alrighty, and then from there, we're going to have a Heritage Cup match for the Heritage Cup. And it's Damon Kemp from the No Quarter Catch crew, which they've already announced it. So, and they still do their deal where they all stand there and you don't know which one you're going to face. And in a mocking fashion, Tony D, the cup holder, and the family, they come out and line up and they all step back. So it's a little joke from the start of this match, but it is Damon Kemp going against Tony D, and Tony D is going to pick up a first round win. Yeah, not too bad of a match, Damon sometimes seems like he's walking in sand or quicksand sometimes. It almost looks like he's out of shape, but I don't believe that's the case. I think he sometimes has to slow down for the other people. But Tony D is a formidable opponent in this one. So Tony D picks up the first round. These 3-minute rounds or 2-minute rounds, whatever it is. And second round is a draw. And then the third round, it looks like Damon Kemp's going to pull it off. And they just about screw it up on the timing between the bell keeper and the match. They do the tap when it's 10 seconds left, and they tried to time it out. Damon does a great move, but the bell goes off as the hand comes down for the third count, so he doesn't pick it up. So everybody's ready for Kemp to come out in the fourth and just take that round and tie it up. But surprising end. Tony does pretty much a choke slam kind of to him at the start of the match, rolls him up and wins the match. So not too bad. Tony D's making the cup another angle. You got the No Quarter doing their angle, and not so bad. There was the weakest single leg crab, though, I've ever seen done in this match. I'll just leave that one alone. But after that, you've got Ava doing this contract signing with Ethan Page. And, I understand what they're doing with it and how they're building it and everything, but they almost went overboard. They almost took it a little too far. Yes, let Ethan get out there and have a good time with it, but Trick is ticked, and they keep showing that up. Yeah, it is what it is. But we will go from there. You had Jordynne Grace and Michin. They do a little spot. They're kind of fans, and you got Jada coming out, and she's not a fan. And they give Ariana Grace a little time, and she does. Grace does do a good little line that her name and Jordynne Grace is the same, but they're not related. Kind of like it, but they go to an Izzy Dame Natty match. Carmen was supposed to be in this match, and she comes out on a crutch, supposedly hurt in a match in Tampa a few days ahead of that. So Natty comes out and does her Bret Hart routine, goes around, gives Booker T her sunglasses, and they're off and for a match. And Izzy is getting better. She's a taller of the ladies, not Lash Legend. Well, yeah, about the same height as Lash Legend, but she was a volleyball player out of Eastern Michigan, but she is 5'10", and you got Natty, the most matches of any lady in wrestling history, and Natty's going to win this match. It's kind of the ending of this, I hope. But Izzy didn't look bad, and she's going to come back a little later and show up. But you've got Izzy Dane, a volleyball player, 5'10", Eastern Michigan. You got like Lash Legend. She was a top 100 basketball player coming out of high school. She went to Texas A&M, and I think she's like 2 or 3 years at Texas A&M and a year at Mississippi State. Had 1,000 rebounds. In an NCAA tournament game, Lash had 27 rebounds. Was the SEC All-Freshman team, picked in 2019 by the WNBA, 24th to Seattle Storm. Only played 3 games. Injuries and stuff caused that career to end. But some really talent in the NXT right now. But you've got Tyson and Tyreek, the young guys, coming out, and they're going to have a match. And about that time, they go to a commercial break. And during the commercial break, the Gallus brothers, or the Gallus Incorporated, they jump them 3-on-2, and they make wee boys out of them, I guess, as they say. But they jump the guys, and they take the time to do a promo. And they're pretty much talking about how they're going to win the belt from Oba Femi. And, of course, that means Oba Femi is going to come out and respond. And he comes out and he does his little spiel. And then you've got Wesley coming through the crowd. And he does his little deal. And, of course, they all jump on Oba Femi. And, but then, you got Wesley jumping in the ring. He misses a kick on somebody. They whoop on Wes, and then they whoop on Oba, and then they walk out of there. Looking good. Looking good. So they beat up everyone. And then after that, you've got a Sleepy Girl promo coming back. She's coming back, and she's got a little different look. So maybe she's not so sleepy. We will see. And you've got Lexus King. We got to have some Lexus King. He's got to have some airtime there. So he's doing his promo, and Dante Chen jumps him. And so they fight back in the back, and some of the worst friends in the locker room helping out break it up. But they do their little spot, not so bad, I guess you could say. But that leads up to the 6 women's tag match of all the participants in the North American Championship coming up. And you've got Lash and Keilani Jordan and Valen Henry on one side, and Michin and Jada Parker and Sol Ruka on the other. And Jada Parker, soccer player also, a lot of talent, but the match pretty good, I guess you could say. You have Jasmine show back up with JC Jane with her nose brace on, doing her Stone Temple Pilots tribute. The match itself, pretty good. There's going to be a distraction in the end, and Sol Ruka is going to do her little soul snatcher and win the match for the ladies, but an all-out, fight starts there. So, as expected, and then we do have an Eddie Thorpe sighting. He does a interesting little promo, but in the end, you've got Ava in the ring. She's got the desk in there. You've got Ethan Page coming out, and this is where they almost overdid it. I mean, it was a good build. I mean, Ava does okay with her, her song lyrics tattooed on her. Trick comes out. Ethan's gonna end the whoop era. Whoop that Trick era. Pretty good end. A little smack talking and getting ready for the match. So, okay end. But I am really, really excited to see how they take and how long they take this talent being debuted or being showcased in their format of NXT. So, is it just a 3-time deal? Does that mean so Grace shows up and then she either wins the title and then Roxanne goes to TNA and wins it back, or is it the opposite? I mean, interesting writing coming up, and I'm really excited to see where they go with this. Almost jaw-dropping, might I say, at the fact that they're doing this. So very happy and very glad and very proud to be a part of seeing this firsthand. So I haven't been excited about something in a while, and this has kind of got me going. So I like it. All right, guys, I think that's about it. I believe we covered everything on the white sheet. We got all that down. It's not storming right now here at Mullet Manor, so I'm pretty happy. Going to get out on the farm and do a little bush hogging and get out there and enjoy life. So, guys, get out and do something you wouldn't normally do today. Enjoy yourself. That's for sure. But, all right, so we're going to end it now the way we always do. If you can, get out there and help a shelter. Do what you can when you can. And of course, spay and neuter. And this is Memphis Mark. And you know what, guys? I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.